Hi, so this video is mostly for Auston supporters who come and leave message on under my videos. A lot of the messages are sexist and extremely ridiculous. So I'm not going to respond to those because those don't need a video response. But there are some that I think are legitimate, and one of the ones I get is criticism I get is, why am I harsh on a black man while I don't even criticize the white men running amok in Africa? And my response to that would be, uh, link me to uh, white white passport bros in Africa, and I will watch their video and review them. Uh, but the other thing is, it's funny because I'm not. There are so many times that I want to criticize and pull back on, pull back my criticism of Austin because he is black. I'm like, you know what? I shouldn't say this because I don't want to contribute to the pathologization of black men. Or there are some times that I actually cut out, something I said on video because I'm like, oh no, this shouldn't be in the video. This is, this could further the pathologization of black men. So I am actually lenient on Austin because he's black. If Austin was a white person, my criticism probably would have been harsher, and I probably would be less restrained in my criticism. So no, I'm actually lenient on him because he's black. And the other is people saying, you know what, Austin is doing, showing a positive image of Africa, so he is helping Africa. Let me say something. I basically do not agree with 99.999% of what Austin Holleman is doing in Africa. But the one thing I will give him credit for is he is not doing that thing I hate, the Africa they don't show you, and then going around and just showing, nice parts of Africa. He's not doing that. What Austin is doing is he's showing his life in Africa. And that's actually what I have always wanted Westerners to do. When you go to Africa, just show us your life. We don't want to see the lives of other people. We want to see how you live in Africa. And Austin is not curating, he's not like, going around just only focusing his camera on the nice part of Africa just so that he can show that. But Austin's video have, the nice part of Africa because that's where he lives. And I appreciate that. I actually give him credit for doing that. That being said, Africa doesn't need positive image. The only people who want positive image of Africa are the colonized mind, because let's be honest, the ones you want to see the positive image of Africa are the white people. I mean, what I mean is you want white people to see positive image of Africa because you value the white opinion. You value whiteness. You want the white gaze. So for me, what I would say for people, who say that, Austin Holleman is helping us by showing positive images of Africa, what I would ask you is to ask yourself why do you value white opinions so much? Try to decolonize your mind. Why is what white people think of Africa so important to you? So that is one thing you have to do. And the other thing is, and I have said this in another video, passport bros or any other Westerners going to Africa doesn't help Africa. It hurts Africa. I have told you guys, I have said this before. Africa has very limited resource, very limited sewerage system, very limited public transport system, very limited healthcare system. Like everything is very limited. And when Westerners go to Africa with their Westerner standard of life, they put a strain because all the limited resource has to go to them, and they put restraint on that, on the already restrained resource. So they don't help, they actually hurt. Westerners in Africa hurt Africa. And the last point I wanted to make is Westerners like Auston, who live in Africa for extended period of time or sometimes permanently, actually gentrify the area they live in. And I have seen it. My dad actually, I mean, I have not seen it, but my dad has told me, like, he was telling me how, because Ethiopian Americans are returned, a lot of them are returning home and residing in Ethiopia permanently or for extended period of time. And he said that there are restaurants that he and his friends do not go any longer because of the Ethiopian Americans living there. They pay a lot for food. They tip a lot. So the restaurants have increased their price to the point that they are not even affordable to middle income families, middle income people. I mean, my dad is like middle income or high middle income person, but there are places that are not even affordable to them because the Ethiopian Americans have gentrified them. And I think that the same thing happens to areas where Westerners are living in Africa. Those areas probably are being gentrified. Those areas are becoming too expensive for the locals to live in. So no, I do not support Auston Holman or any other Westerner going to Africa or living in Africa. Then the last point is, I consider people like Auston Holman fundamentally anti-Black women. And let me tell you guys, I do not separate myself from Black American women. If you are attacking Black American women, I consider it as an attack on me. I consider it as an attack on all Black women all over the world. And Auston Holman, when he is attacking American women, we know who he is attacking. He's attacking Black American women. And this is not a stretch, right? Because he said, the women he dates, the American women he dates are mostly Black women. So when he's attacking the American women he dates, he's attacking Black American women. And to be honest, I was absolutely disgusted, grossed out watching a video of him talking about how women's vaginas, things like it is gross to me. And I don't want that kind of person who talks about Black women's vagina in that way to go to Africa, to a continent full of Black people, Black women. I don't want him to be around Black women. I don't want him in my. I don't even want to continue talk about it too much, but I don't want that kind of person around Black women. So that is my the problem I have with Auston Holman. And if you are his supporter and if you want to engage in honest, respectful conversation, I'm open to it. I don't want to get into conversation with sexist. I don't want to get in conversation with people who live ridiculous comments. And let me tell you about me. I am 47, proudly unmarried. I have never been married. I have never wanted to get married. I don't have kids. I have never wanted to have kids. And this, you telling me, the reason I was not married was because of this or because of that, doesn't really affect me, because I am very proud of not being married. To be honest to you, one of the reasons I am so happy to be in America is because if I were still in Ethiopia, I probably would have been married and miserable. So you telling me that the reason I'm not married is because you saying things like, oh, this is why you were never married, like I actually think I wear it as a badge of honor to have never been married, to have never had kids. So you are not insulting me by saying that. Anyways, let me know what you think. I would like to read your comment. Thank you.